To my fellow Americans out there, I have urgent news, red alert news for everybody from around the world to hear. The media is in on the market crash besides the government. The media is helping the government crash the marketing system to make our lives more miserable. And the government says, you better do what we say, or we will completely crash it, leaving you all to suffer. It's not just the United States. They're saying that to the rest of the world. They're also saying something else besides of what I've just had have heard. I've seen the market scale, and it isn't looking good. It's a high rate of risk. It's getting higher. And by next year, it's going to be worse. By the looks of it. Things aren't looking good out there. But we can stay strong. Americans, we can fight this together no matter what. From the Biden administration, they're saying to anybody that's going against them, besides parents, they're telling us to shut up. They're saying, shut up. You're not allowed to speak like that. You can't say none of that. We say you don't have freedom of speech. We say you're not allowed to go on school ground in the first place. And if you don't do what we say, we're going to place you under arrest. That is a bunch of nonsense. That's an outrage. You know what, Biden administration and Joe Biden? You can't do that. You want to know why? Because what you're doing, that's going against our founding fathers, and it's going against all of our amendments. And I also have this news that the government says another thing. After the market crash, they're planning on, in their own words, they're saying they're planning on this winter shutting down the power grids after making the marketing system worse. So that means no power for us, perhaps? Or what? What does that mean? They're threatening us, basically. That they're going to shut our power off completely. They've already done it to poor countries. We've seen they basically have shut down Texas power grids. They shut it down. It wasn't really the winter storm when it could have been fixed. It could have been. But they kept it off. They kept that off. The government did. Of the United States. And you want to know what else? Oh my word, this is insane of what they're planning on doing. If you don't follow our rules, we're just going to start sending out the National Guard, if we have to, instead of law enforcement and federal agencies, to come and arrest you. Then they'll send out the National Guard to arrest people if it gets too serious. If you fight us, if you raise your guns or any other weapons at us, we will immediately send the National Guard out to arrest you. And they're saying that to people of the United States of America, no matter who you are. But if you're voting for the Joe Biden administration, it looks like you're free to go and do whatever you want. What the heck? That doesn't sound right. Now does it? That doesn't sound right at all. Well, here, okay, I'm reading this of what else of information that I've gotten and have figured out, because certain things that I find on the internet are kind of too far or or even just a little, not good enough. Okay, so here we go. Right here, it's going to be saying, and I'm getting this right now, the government also says during the power grid shutdown, we are going to control you. Because that is their plan. They're going to control us with what? You're seriously just going to send the National Guard after people. And from around the world, other governments, they're planning on striking their own people in poor countries. And nobody, they said, is going to stop us. Or something like that. I don't know exactly what they're saying, but I do know that is something like that I've heard them say. So basically, right now there's a power grid shutdown in poor countries. So they've done that, but they're going to do it more later on when things get worse. And they're going to keep it off longer till people do what they say. No. That isn't right at all. No. Anyway, I have some suggestions for people to visit. If you want to watch videos, if you haven't already, look up Lisa Haven, the Canadian prepper, and who else? If you're interested, the city prepper and the urban prepper. And then there are a couple of other people. Pastor Paul Begley is another one. If you are a Christian or non, doesn't matter. You're patriotic, you're conservative, you're Republican, and you want to look up those people, go right ahead. I fully support them. Because they are like the people that stand for the United States and its allies that have not betrayed. And it looks like, and here's something else. China the military may not be an ally of the United States anymore because of what they're doing. That is just mad. That's just insane. And the Biden administration also is saying that we're going to even more force mandate vaccines onto parents' children. What? They're going to do what? No matter what age they are? Except for if they're under 5 years old. So any ages above 5, they're going to force the vaccine onto. And they will take your children away from you, if they have to force the vaccine on them. You can't take the children away from the parents. You are not allowed to do no such thing. And here's something else I'm reading. At the point of the area, there's one area between two lands that if that area gets blocked off, and it's like a small point, if that area gets blocked off, that area controls the world. Once it gets blocked off, it'll start World War III. It's been predicted. I don't believe in every single predictions, but I'm going to say this on my own opinion. That right there, that might start it. Maybe. I don't know. But what I do know is of what I'm hearing. And that's all I'm here for, is to tell the people of what I hear. Okay. I have very little time left, and I'm going to use that little time to tell you. You need to stock up on supplies like camp heat, candles, if you can, anything within the range of 800 watts to 2,000 watts of electronic generators and gasoline generators would be good enough. Or maybe gasoline generators you want to use, that's higher, go ahead. That's your option. But I'm just throwing out some suggestions out there. Okay, so we've got, right here, I've got a cup that's by the brand GSI Outdoors, and it can be put over a fire. And so can the bowls and plates, and they're colored blue. They have a color blue, and there's also, that comes with a double silverware that's a spoon and a spork, and it's a light blue container, and it's a hard, high-tech plastic. I also suggest buying Yeti cups and thermoses by Yeti. It's one of the best ones. I mean, I've had really good experience with the Yeti cup, medium-sized. I mean, that thing's awesome. But anyway, we need to oil them up as much as possible. We also need to stock up on lighter fuel. And if you have oil lamps, which is oil lanterns, I highly suggest you get the fuel for those. The fuel for fuel lanterns, the kind that has a knob on it, and you replace the little white nets on them. I forgot what they're called. I'm so sorry. Also works with regular candles and candlesticks is LED candles, which is really good to use. Tall candles that come in like glass tall jar, those are really good. So if you can find it at a dollar store anywhere to go get one of those, they're like a non-scented, like 8 to 9 day lasting type of candle, I heard. I would highly suggest that. I'm also suggesting people to get food buckets, try to find MREs, stuff like that. If you're planning on going with old style, like, get the old coffee makers. You know those old ones they used in 1920s, where you can cook over a campfire with it? Those work awesome. Oh, man, cooking over a fire with coffee? Very good. I love it. So, anyway, getting back to this, if you can stock up on at least, I'm going to suggest if you have a family, so I suggest you find power banks. Find 2 of them that have 4 ports, and then find 2 of them that have 2 ports. All solar powered. That's what I suggest. Solar powered power banks. You're going to need those. Anyway, we're running out of time here, so solar power lanterns will also be a good thing. That are also wind up or battery powered. Either way, whatever you choose. Battery powered glow sticks can also be used. Let's see, what's another one? Regular glow sticks are also a good use for power outages and power grid failures. So I think that's all the time we have. Thank you for listening. This has been JohnLBates2, and I'll see you all next time. Be safe. Keep an eye out for each other. Thank you.